Hi, I'm Jamie from Bean Machines. Today we're going to be reviewing the Spaziale S5, one of the most popular coffee machines, traditional coffee machines in the UK, and for good reason. Very, very good, robust machine, and we're going to go through it today. This machine here is actually the torque up version. You can see there's an additional panel in the side, which basically means it's a raised height. The advantage to that, it's called the Spaziale S5 TA. It allows you to do takeaway cups as well, so you can fit large cups underneath. You've also got a shelf if you just want to put your standard cups in there as well. So you've got that extra height. All the Spaziales are, well, this S5 is 770 wide. You can get the S5 Compact, which is 580 wide. So you can get a slimline version of this, also in takeaway and in standard height. The height of the standard S5 is 520, and this one in particular, the torque up version, is 600. The depth is the same on all the machines, and that's 530 in depth. So you've got various different options with the S5, which is great. You can have the torque up version, so you can do takeaway. You can do that in a compact version as well, so you can have a slim line. You've also got a compact version of the standard height as well, so if you're limited for space, you've got really good problem solvers. The S5 tends to solve all problems really. You can also get these side panels in different colours. You can get red, white, and a black colour as well that matches this black at the bottom. So again, you can kind of tailor it to your needs. If you've got kind of red colouring and things like that, then it works great there. So you've got, on the S5, you've got the S5 Tall, the TA version. You have a length and steam one, so that's really good for putting kind of large milk jugs underneath. You've got a bit more space there. On the standard height ones, you just get the standard length steam ones that are a little bit smaller. Lever steam, which is really kind of a big feature of a lot of the Spaziales. Great solution for training and things like that. Really easy on and off steam. It's instant, so it's a lever that turns on and off, on and off. Instant, straight away. Steam is on and off. So that's great for when you're training staff. If you're trying to teach them to foam and texture milk, you often have a problem when they get their milk to temperature. If they're having to turn a tap 3 or 4 times, they can end up burning the milk. You don't have that problem here because it's literally on and off instantly. Moving across the machine, you've got some features on an S5 that you wouldn't find on a lot of other coffee machines. The more basic machines don't have things like boiler temperature control. You can see here at the top, you've got the ability to control the temperature of your boiler, which in turn impacts the temperature of your group head. So that's a really important factor to the machine. And you have the ability to control that with the S5. So you've got various different things you can do with that. You can program it, you can go into your programming here at the bottom, and you can control the temperature, so you can vary that to whatever you want based on your own coffee. You can even, during busy periods, you can boost your boiler. So you have the ability, there's a little plus and minus button here at the bottom. All you do is press and hold the plus button. See there, the boiler has boosted now by 2 degrees from 120 to 122. That's really handy in busy periods. If the cafe or the shop or the restaurant's really, really busy and you've got an overload of customers, you can just boost the boiler just to give it that bit of a kick in terms of recovery. Spaziale, as you may or may not be aware, have their own patented steam controlled heat, well, their own patented heat exchange, which is a steam controlled heat exchange. Every coffee machine has a boiler in the back. Through that boiler, the pipes run through and they feed the group head. So the water in that pipe is heated by the water in the boiler. And the problem with that system is temperature can be impacted when you add cold water to the boiler at the back. That can impact the temperature of everything. Spaziale steam controlled heat exchange sits at the top of the boiler, so the steam from the boiler rather than the water in the boiler controls your coffee water temperature. The advantage to that, when cold water is added, it's less affected, there's less of an impact on the whole unit, so you get more accurate temperature control. On the S5, the boiler at the back is controlled by PID, productive integral derivative, which is basically a sensor that sits on the side of the boiler and controls the boiler temperature more accurate than a thermostatic pin that sits inside that can be susceptible to scale build-up. You get more accurate temperature control there, and it's faster heat up times, so a good energy saver as well. So Spaziale are different as well as the steam controlled heat exchange. They have a different feature as well, where they have their portafilters or group handles. They have a smaller basket that's 53mm in diameter as opposed to 57, which is the majority of the baskets, but they have a deeper basket instead. And what that means is when you're tamping coffee, you're not tamping it, if you tamp say at a slight angle, water will always pass through at the lowest point of resistance, so we'll actually pass through less coffee on a wider portafilter. If it's a thin like this one. It's more slimline and deeper. If you do tamper at a slight angle, it will still pass through at the lowest point of resistance, but it will pass through more coffee, and so obviously you get a better extraction. On the S5s, there is no difference in boiler size for the standard machines, i.e. you've got the La Spaziale EK, or the EK-TA, which is this. The TA, without the TA, the EK is just a standard height one. The boiler size is the same, they both have 10 litre boilers. On the compact versions, you have a 5 litre boiler. So obviously depending on your volume would depend whether a 10 litre boiler or a 5 litre boiler would be necessary. At the same time, obviously you've got to think about space, how you're going to fit this in. Have you got a lot of space to play about with, because you've got to, not just your machine, you've also got your grinder as well, you need to include that. As is standard on all coffee machines, or all automatic coffee machines now, you've got 5 buttons at the top there. You've got your single shot, single long shot, double long shot, and then your free flow button or program button, which you use for programming. You can use for programming if you want to set the levels and things like that, and you also use it for cleaning. On here as well at the front, you've got your water kind of spout there at the front, and again that's on levers. So very, very simple to use. One important part of any coffee machine is being able to clean it. Lots of things that are easier to do on some machines are harder to do on others. Great thing about all La Spaziales is you have, you've got underneath, you've got a little filter here that obviously you need to remove and soak and clean and things like that. So with every machine you get supplied with a little spanner basically that you can use on it. This though is made of softer material than the actual bolt that's in there. So this is the only thing that will wear, easy to replace, whereas obviously you don't want to wear the bolt in there. You just put it on there and you undo it, dead simple, and you can take it off and give it a clean, really easy to do. Just another nice kind of well thought out feature. The great thing about machines like La Spaziale as well is they're very easy for an engineer to service and maintain. You've got 2 bolts at the front there on either side, and then they can get into the machine very, very quickly to service it. So what that means for you is you've got less downtime when your machine's been serviced, and also it means you're not paying an engineer as long to be on site servicing it for you and things like that. So that's a real kind of important factor, less downtime and saving money as well. One of the key features about a machine like the S5 is how robust and how strong it is. Everything's solid. You've got your lever steam, it's rock solid, there's nothing on there that is kind of weak and temperamental. Even your drawers here on the tall version, pretty solid. You'd have to kind of give it a real good go to cause any damage. Very, very solid unit. Spaziale S5 is the real workhorse of the La Spaziale range. Absolutely kind of superb machine for a grafter really. You can, like I said before, you can kind of spruce it up a little bit, give it different colour side panels, but it has that real traditional look of a coffee machine, as you'd expect a coffee machine to look, but it is a real kind of workhorse, very strong machine, very reliable, and for that reason is one of the most popular machines that we sell. Thanks for watching. We've been talking about the La Spaziale S5 today. If you do need any more information or you've got any questions, go onto the website bmachines.co.uk or give us a ring 0161 333 4444. My name's Jamie and thank you very much for watching.